Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is something that has happened quite often in the past. We've had technical difficulties. I was supposed to have Josee Seguin Longchamps tonight, local medium out of Cornwall. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties at her end, so I couldn't get her on. So we're going to improvise tonight. So I have on my right side here we go. Sorry. I just kind of took him out of the screen for now. I just deleted you for a
It's
second.
okay. We'll be
Yeah.
back.
So, anyways, we are live either way. So we're improvising. Fortunately, I had my new members, Lawrence and Mateo, here this evening to review go over some equipment. So I'm gonna go live with them, so you get to meet some of the new members. We also have Connie out of Alberta. Of course, she's not here right now. Hopefully, I can get her on at one point. But I'll introduce to you Lawrence and Mateo, and here they are. There's Lawrence and Mateo.
Hey,
Mateo on the right and Lawrence on the left. They're actually in my room, but they're on my right side. They're kind of like
that way.
they're right.
This way.
They're right there. They're right there. Okay. All right. So oh, there's already 3 comments. Oh, sorry. I just knocked your camera over. Oh, like it used to, live and unedited. That's the way it is on Ghost Talks. There's okay. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence is Larry out of Florida, which we're going to do that joint investigation with. He's part of the Florida Bureau of Investigations.
What's up, Larry?
What's up, Larry? So we have also Cheryl McKee. Cheryl is part of the Night Watchman investigative team, which we're going to be working with them as well on that joint investigation. And we have Selena here. Selena is one of our biggest fans. So thanks for tuning in again, Miss Selena. So happy to have you here. There, Larry said, nice to meet all you folks. Jose says, hi, Jose. Jose's on. The one we were supposed to have on tonight.
Right.
Jose, I'm so sorry it didn't work out. I was looking forward to have you on. Obviously, we'll work out the bugs tomorrow, and hopefully I can have you on a different date. So that's what happened tonight, guys. We had a bit of a technical difficulty with getting Jose on, so we're gonna rebook with Jose for another date as soon as we figure out what the bugs are and why I couldn't get her logged into the studio. So, anyways. Can you guys let me know? For some reason, in my headphones, I hear an echo. Can you guys hear an echo, or is it fine on your side? Larry, Selena, Jose, if you guys can let me know. You guys are still on camera, by the way.
What's your weird recording?
I want to do that too.
Oh, you missed it. It's like a moment.
We're having a moment. We're having a moment. Okay. Rhiannon Miller, thanks for tuning in. Rhiannon Miller says it's fine. Lawrence says, or Larry says, no echo here, so all is good. So it's just me then. It's probably in my headphones. Okay. So it's kind of weird because they're like there, so I gotta look at them this way, and then it's weird. But anyways, Lawrence and Mateo are sitting beside me on my right side. So they're on. So we're gonna improvise tonight. So I figured I'd introduce these guys to you. You guys are fairly new to the field, I guess. Yeah. So, but you're extremely eager to learn and start.
Exactly.
Perfect. And they look good, by the way. So yeah, I need that in my team. Okay, so right now I guess it's just gonna be Anna Mora says no with you, no echo. So no echo, good. Cheryl says sound good here, perfect. So it's just in my headphones. I'm probably hearing from because I got 2 mics going on. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna ask you the same questions I ask everybody. So why, especially being so young? I mean, for me, you're like my kid's age, more or less. 20. You're how old? 21, and you're 27. So I got a couple of young kids in the team now, but
young adults.
Young adults. That's right. Not kids. Not kids. If you're young enough to be my son and daughter, you're kids. That's it. I'm the boss. Don't argue with me. Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. So we do have 12 viewers right now. So this is gonna be.
Yeah, that's the real
Now I
boss.
got it's live and unedited tonight for sure because I got my wife on the left side too. Okay, so we're having fun. That's the whole point of it. So guys,
Actually, I just want to get my jacket. I gotta close up the chickens.
yeah, go ahead, honey. Go ahead. You're not gonna be on camera. You just go get your jacket. So my wife is just walking. Yeah, she's just walking by to get the jacket. So we got a couple of Karma that side, and I got my dog in here. Hold on, guys. I can't see anything with all these lights. Karma.
So
This is how our ghost
live
talk
and
shows
unedited.
used to be.
Unedited.
A little kind of disorganized and totally. There's my dog. There's my Carmi. She's trying to eat Lawrence and Mateo and probably knock all the cameras off. There we go. You're gonna take her out, honey.
Yes.
Karma
I
down,
will.
down. Karma down.
Here we go.
Karma down.
she's excited.
Dan, don't look outside. What do you mean, Jose? All of you are youngsters compared to me. Karma, that is enough.
Dan, don't look outside. Oh
Why?
my God. Is that Jose?
Yeah, it's probably maybe it's raining or something like that. There's snow, right?
Oh, is it snowing?
Don't tell me it's snow, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, we're good.
No offense. guys.
Actually, can you put it on that side? There we go, Mateo. Come
Come
on.
here, come here.
There we go. Just latch that door for him. There we go. Okay. Just one of those nights. Right. So we have a few people watching. That's sorry, the other side. The other side. Okay. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, I totally get
Come on,
that.
guys. Let's go. Let's go. Outside.
On the outside. Okay, perfect. All right. So you guys joined the team. And I think this conversation I had a while back with some other members of why people get into the paranormal. So why do you guys want to, let's say, join my team and actually investigate the paranormal? Why do you want to do that? I know it's on the spot, but there's no script.
I can go first. Can I go first?
Usually there's a script because I used to have a
No.
script with everybody
I don't
I
need a
interview, but
script for
tonight
that.
is
That's
tonight's
personal
like
questions.
improvise.
It's okay. It's okay. We have dog love. It's improvised.
Okay, so let's say, Mateo, why are you getting into it?
That's literally the majority of media I've consumed over the last couple of years in terms of like day to day at home, and I just want answers. I've had like questions about it for years. I've been talked about it from family members, grandmother, and there's a lot of skepticism when people talk about it, and that's what intrigues me about the topic. And I'm sure that when you die, we don't know the answer, but I'm sure that we can get somewhere close to that. And that's ultimately why I do it. I just want clarifications.
Yeah, so validation of where do we go after we pass away, after we leave this body of ours.
It's
So
just
where
a
we going?
shell. Ultimately, it's just a shell, and we're like all made up of energy. And when you look at our like, I don't know, I just feel like our physiology isn't just physical. I think that there's a lot more to us, and finding those answers is not something that you could just Google. And it's like, this is literally the best approach, in my opinion, to finding real answers is by actually going in the field and venturing, trying.
So did you guys actually look into different teams before you applied for my team? You can say so if you did, that's fine.
Actually, no.
No?
So I was actually browsing. I was on YouTube looking up some videos. I that's all I watched.
Yeah.
And I came across the jail hostel, and I loved the video. I was like, well,
the jail hostel.
Yeah.
Episode,
so I was like, I'll see if I can try to see if I
And
can
now you're
experience
here.
it myself.
Now you're here in my little spooky den. Do you ever think you'd be in this place? So great. So guys, I'm really happy that you guys are on board. We also have another new member, Connie, from Alberta. Unfortunately, Connie is a correctional officer, so she's got a very busy schedule. So if you're out there, Connie, or if you actually watch the live feed, hello from all your members.
We miss you. We love you.
Okay, that's why I like having kids in my team.
Hey,
Kids,
we're
young
not
adults.
kids, we're
Sorry,
young
young
adults.
adults. Young adults.
Adults,
Sorry,
we drink
young
coffee.
adults. We drink coffee. They're young adults. Sorry. So I'm just gonna check out the questions here. Sorry, the other side. Okay, Jose, I got that. Anna, is a kid standing on the right of her?
Yeah.
No, Anna, I don't think so. Maybe there's a curtain beside that window, so maybe you see something there. So no, it's actually just a black curtain. So I don't think there's somebody standing beside Lawrence, and now she's got that worried look on her face, which is not good.
I feel bad. There's just space right here.
Okay. So since this is kind of like an improvised show, everyone, if you guys have any questions, is her kid? Question: Is her kid? Anna, I'm not getting the question. There's a. Anna says there's a kid beside her.
Are they referring to me? I'm not that young looking. Like,
Are you talking about Mateo with the beard, or like on her right side, Anna? No, let me show. I'll show Anna's question. Is there a kid sitting on her right side?
I'm not that young.
Okay, so Anna's saying there's a kid beside you.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Ask the kids some
On the right
questions.
side. On your right side. Okay, that's weird.
it the light?
Unfortunately, Anna, we don't see anything here on the cameras. So, Anna, are you psychic or medium? She says it's a little boy
Bruh.
beside you. I'm assuming Anna, maybe she might be psychic or medium, I guess. Are you a psychic or medium, Anna? Let's see, we got a question here from Selena. So Selena says there is life after death. The dead want us to know that's the reason for showing us validation. It's always awesome. What do you guys think about that?
I think it is awesome when you actually get the validation.
Mhm.
However, to capture it and be able to like reproduce it in front of others is literally one of the most impossible tasks from anybody that's experienced anything.
Yeah.
So,
And I think for us as investigators, that's the thing we're trying to prove, but it's not an easy thing to prove.
yeah,
It's
like
tough.
no,
It's
for sure,
tough.
for sure. Taking
It's
your
tough.
emotion out of your investigation and
Yeah.
actually sticking to your facts.
Yeah.
It's very hard. But
Yeah.
it's
And I
necessary.
think a lot of it too, your faith, because everybody has, like, even with me, I have my faith, my beliefs,
Mhm.
and then I have my skeptical side. So I guess I guess you got to keep that a little separate, right? It's got to be,
absolutely.
you got to keep that separation between your what you believe in and the facts,
Oh, 100%.
and that's how you're going to get evidence, right? Perfect. Oh, we got a question from Cheryl, I think.
Hey, Cheryl.
Cheryl, yes, Cheryl is part of the Night Watchman investigative team, and we got some good things coming up with these guys shortly. So we'll keep you posted on our Facebook page. As a new paranormal investigator, what do you look forward to the most? What do you fear the most? Good question, Cheryl. Very good question, Cheryl. She's putting you on the spot, is she?
No, but that's actually a good one. 'Cause I
Yeah.
fear a lot.
Cheryl says hi, by the way.
Hey, Cheryl.
Yeah. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. Say hi to Mark for me too, or for us as well.
What do you fear the most?
Yeah. So the question. So what do you guys like? What was the question again? What do you look forward to the most, and what do you fear the most?
So, fear is it's kind of weird. So the way that I see everything is not. It doesn't scare me. I'm more like intrigued and like experiencing it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm looking for the most is experiencing something.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely being able to capture something.
Capture it is even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had any experiences like that? I know we talked a bit there for a while, but
So not really. We did talk about stuff that kind of made me like realize stuff when I was younger that
yeah.
That was something that I didn't really that I
Yeah.
brushed off kind of thing. But when I went to the catacombs in Paris,
Mhm.
that
That kind of got you going.
Yeah.
Did you experience anything in the catacombs?
Nothing visual. It
Yeah.
was more like
That
feeling.
general feeling, right?
Yeah, like really. I don't know how to explain it. Deep.
Yeah.
Like really.
Like it got inside you type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Pressure.
like pressure. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
really high pressure.
Kind of like your intuition kicking in and going, "There's something going on in this
Yeah.
place."
You can breathe, but you can't quite take like a really
A deep breath. It's like stifling.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
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 So when did you get involved in the paranormal? Like, was it at a young age, or did you just is something that's just recent for you?
Like when I got interested.
Yeah. Well, did you get interested when you were really young, or?
Yeah. So I started watching like scary movies
Yeah.
and stuff like that when I was young, but I would always find myself like googling like the backstories or like true stories.
Yeah.
Adam Warren.
Yeah, they're like pioneers for
Love
sure.
them.
Ed and
Lorraine
Lorraine.
Warren,
Adam
yeah.
Warren,
Yeah.
yeah. But thinking about it back then, I definitely brushed up some stuff.
Yeah. And then they got you curious, and
Yeah.
that led her in this room. What about you, Mateo? You're a little older, so you might have had more experiences. I'm not saying you're old, but 27
be
is
honest-
older.
To be honest,
6 years.
I actually feel the complete opposite. So what I fear the most is my skepticism. The fact
Yeah.
that I have so many calluses in terms of like hearing sounds and all the gimmicky aspects of ghost investigations. I fear that I genuinely just won't, like, if I see evidence or
Mhm.
might capture something with my eyes or ears, I might not actually discern it to be what it is.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely excited for big venues.
For big
In terms-
venues.
Yeah.
And we have a couple coming up. We're not
Yeah.
going to say so yet.
Yeah. Top secret.
We
Top
got
secret.
top secret. But we got some big stuff coming up. I'm sure that Lawrence, Larry, because these are people that we're going to be cooperating with, as well as Dave Gibb from Chaps. He's not on right now on the comments, but we'll be cooperating with these teams. So with Larry is the Federal Bureau of Florida Federal Bureau of Paranormal Investigations in Florida. Cheryl and Mark are the Night Watchman investigative team, and Dave Gibb is part of the Canadian Haunting and Paranormal Society. So these are all teams that myself, Mateo, and Lawrence, we're going to cooperate with, and Connie as well, which is another one of our new members. We're going to be cooperating with them on a bunch of things coming up in the next few months, which is going to be pretty cool. So I think I have a couple of questions here. Nancy Cloutier, an ex-coworker. I'm surprised she actually. Hey, Nancy, how's it going?
Hi,
So Nancy is actually an ex-worker that I used to work with at La Voix Tires, actually. I'm surprised she's never been. I like how she interprets fear. She likes the way you interpret fear, as it's totally different. So Selena agrees. Nancy. Okay, so we have a new Rhiannon Miller. How she described it was how it was like for me at Aunt Miranda's house when that little girl spirit touched me. Okay, so we have a question as well from Larry. This is a question for either Mateo or Lawrence. What are your opinions on the collection, preservation, comparison of evidence with other investigations? You had to know I would have to ask this question, Dan. Of course you did, Larry. It's not like these guys are not already on the spot because I couldn't get Josee on tonight, but that's fine. I mean, it's kind of like throw them in the water, and if it's like sink or swim. Okay, so question again. What are your opinions on the collection, preservation, comparison of evidence with other investigations? That's a tough one.
That's tricky. It's tricky because every case is unique. You
Yeah.
know?
But I feel like if we're going to the same places or doing
Mhm.
similar investigations, I feel like the baseline should be the same in terms of audio.
Gathering evidence. And
Yeah,
everything else,
everything. Everything should be similar. In terms of sharing what our findings,
Mhm.
I think that's the most important. If anything, that's what we strive to do.
Yeah.
That's the end result.
So like a baseline of what we're supposed to do as far as how we gather evidence, we preserve it, and how we actually present it, which I think is comparison. Yeah. So what about comparing to other investigations? I'm not sure what you mean by Federal Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. Yeah, that's the Florida Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. Hi, Nancy. Selena says, I love Top Secret. So she doesn't want us to tell her.
That's
So-
even better. It makes it better when you find out. through
Yeah,
the
when you
videos.
find out later,
Yeah.
Selena, then you'll find out exactly where we're going. It's going to be even more special.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, I'm trying to word a certain question. So we were going to have a conversation tonight with Josee about psychics and medium.
Mhm.
And we know for a fact, so basically I'm taking the conversation I would have had with Josee, a little bit with you guys.
Yo, I love that. I actually love that.
So I know for a fact there's a lot of teams out there that consider psychics and mediums not useful in the paranormal field, and I am one of those skeptics as well. And Josee knows that as well, because it's hard to validate their experiences and actually say that what they experience is actually a real experience.
Yeah.
So what? Let's say for you first. I'll let you answer after, Laurence. What's your take on that? What do you think a psychic? And let's just stick with mediums. Tonight was supposed to be mediums, not psychics, but strictly mediums, which connect with the dead.
No, I feel that.
How do you think they could be useful in the paranormal field, or how could we work with that?
So honestly, I'm kind of iffy on mediums as well. However, I do believe some people have higher intuitions than others in terms of sense, in terms of like the freakiest things could happen and someone could feel it before others. I genuinely feel some people are just more in tune with nature, with themselves, than others. In terms of seeing an apparition like a little boy sitting beside you, I don't know about that. And its usefulness in the paranormal field, as in terms of ghost investigations, in my opinion, is completely useless, especially if it's only you seeing it. However, if you kind of have a baseline and you understand where you're investigating, and the medium that you bring forth gives you perfect one-for-one definition of what's actually been happening with the people, the apparitions that have been coming, that might have some use. But other than that,
it's hard to prove.
Yeah,
right?
it's hard to prove, and it's hard to make it concrete.
Yeah. What do you think, Laurence?
It's hard to go after.
You're not on the spot at all. I'm telling you, it's not on the spot.
So it is really hard to prove, because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is find concrete evidence.
Concrete
that
evidence.
exists. And there's so many little ways that mediums can actually prove it.
Yeah.
I would say I guess in the middle.
You're kind of like in the middle of whether it's useful or not. Yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of past, let's say back in, I guess, the 20s, 30s, maybe the late 19th century. They had a lot of charlatans. They had people that had this plasma coming out of their mouth, which I think is probably they stuck some cotton swab in there, and they made it look like it was plasma or something like that. I'm not saying it's not possible that kind of stuff might happen.
Things you don't know,
but I think a lot of the past charlatans give a lot of the true psychics and mediums that have that ability. It gives them a bad name, more or less. And I think that's part of the issue what's going on today. And I think that's why a lot of us are skeptic about using a medium for investigation,
especially when you want concrete evidence, and when you need to recreate or reproduce this evidence in front of others. Like with a medium, it's almost impossible, because it's on an individual basis. It's an experience that you're feeling yourself, not others.
And it's sporadic because it's in the moment, right? So you can't reproduce it. So if you can't reproduce it, then you can't prove it, right?
Exactly.
So that's a good point, actually. So we got some more questions here. Comments. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind here on the comments. Hold on. I'm slacking off. Sorry. So Nancy Top Secret, if you could be a guest investigator on any paranormal show, which one would you choose? You better say Ghost.
Oh, on this one. What?
On this one.
I want to raise. What are you talking about?
Good answer.
Exclusive.
On this one.
The only
on
one.
This one, yeah. No, seriously.
Like and subscribe.
Let's say the shows that are on TV right now. Let's say either Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters. There's so many of them. So let's say, which show, if you could be on a TV show, which show would you guys actually choose?
It would not be on TV. It would be on YouTube. In terms of at least our generation.
We're gonna say the same one. I believe we watched the same
Sam
videos.
And Colby.
The same. Okay, which one is that?
Sam and Colby. They're pretty good YouTubers.
Josh.
Or Overnight.
Overnight Walk. Yeah.
Is that the link you sent me there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, but honestly, the interact in terms of our generation at least.
Yeah.
The interaction with YouTube, the easy accessibility, no commercials, it's so much more convenient. You can watch
than an actual TV show on cable or something like that.
Nobody watches TV anymore, and if you do,
I don't even have cable.
And most people
I've had cable for 20 years.
Yeah, so what's the point of being on a TV show? I'd rather be on like if it's on Netflix, that makes sense. But Ooh, actually, Haunted on Netflix is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've watched all the series on Haunted. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all these
kinda-
true stories.
Yeah,
of
the
people
true
and stuff.
stories, like it actually feels
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Something like that, I'd be interested in. But other
Yeah.
than that, TV definitely not.
Yeah.
YouTube,
A lot
100%.
of these shows, I think they're on YouTube most of the time. Because I was on a series which was L'Enquêteur du Paranormal, which
Okay.
was a Paranormal Investigator. It was a French show. I was there for a very short. That was in the Diefenbunker.
Diefenbunker?
Yeah.
Oh, the episode you were talking about.
So
Yeah.
this was a small interview, and we're talking about the Dag poltergeist that happened a long time ago. This was in shit. Where was the Dag poltergeist? Anyways, it was on the Quebec side. It happened in the house, and it's a long story. I'm not getting into the long story. But anyways, I had an interview with the host of the show on that.
Mhm.
And I was also on My Paranormal Nightmare as a guest investigator to give opinions on
Yep.
these. That show, My Paranormal Nightmare, was people that had experiences as kids, and it was still haunting them as adults. So I was there as a guest investigator to explain what they might have been going through and what they may be going through as adults. So all these shows are on YouTube. I don't think they're on TV. They might be. I think they might
Do
be
they
on
have
TV.
this? I've never seen them, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. Well, check it out. I don't
definitely
think I've looked it up. I think they're not on YouTube anymore. I think they took them off, probably because I know confidential. I don't know, maybe some copyright issues or something like that.
But again, that's why I love YouTube, the platform. It gives individuals like you, me, anybody,
Yeah.
the accessibility to just upload.
Well, that's why I do YouTube. But I like right now we're feeding on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously at the same time. It's uploaded right away.
Future.
So this would be, what do you call them? Sam and Colby?
Sam and Colby. There's so many of them.
So many of them.
Overnight,
Yeah.
um,
What about the originals? Like, let's say you mentioned Ed and Lorraine, 100%, like pioneers, and also let's say Jason Hawes, Grant. I think Jason Hawes got everybody going on this. I mean, I remember a long time ago when I first started watching Ghost Hunters, and I was experiencing a lot of stuff in my home that I lived in, that freaky little haunted place I lived in. So, and then when I started watching Ghost Hunters, I said that's something I like to do. I'd like to actually open up my own team.
Is that your show that you'd be on if you could?
If I was to be on a show, it would definitely be Ghost Hunters, yeah, for sure, or Ghost Nation. I would love to investigate with Jason Hawes and Steve Gonzalez and all that group, because I think they were pioneers in the field, actually, to bring it forward, or actually in the mainstream.
Mainstream,
They put
for
in the
sure.
mainstream.
No,
So I would say, yeah, probably Jason Hawes would be my favorite person to try to, or celebrity or TV show to investigate with. So I hope that answers your question. Who Matt?
We
Who
went
actually
in
asked
depth
that?
for that.
Yeah, look.
Man, I've never seen so many questions tonight. We got so many viewers. Hold on. Okay, hold on, because I'm running behind now. Okay, so that was Cheryl's question. Lawrence, but can evidence in one investigation, weather conditions, solar conditions, time of day, if the same? So basically, I guess he's saying, would that affect anything?
The time of the day. So like if it's light or if it's dark.
Yeah, weather condition, if it's snowing, raining, stuff like that. A lot of people say when it rains. A lot of people say when it rains, it's because water and everything else, the static that's in the air could produce more paranormal activity, right?
It definitely would. But also, like, if you look at most paranormal investigations, they're all done at night for a reason. You just get a lot better results. Everything is more common.
Well, the thing is, I've actually had a lot of people say that, why is it that paranormal investigators only investigate at night? Because sometimes stuff happens in the day, and sometimes when we do investigations, I like to do some stuff during the day as well. But what I tell people is, we do it at night because the main reason is less contamination. There's less people walking around. There's less noises. There's less cars. There's less of everything. Now, that's the main reason for me. It's just there's just less contamination. That's why we do it at night. It's just quieter and it's just more fun.
It's also spooky.
It's spooky. Yeah, we like spooky. We like spooky. But no, it's yeah, I think night or day is good, but I think night is the common accepted.
Also, weather would affect it, like rain or snow, like snowstorm, anything loud.
Yeah,
it definitely would affect it to some extent.
Of course, especially with rain and water. They say it's static. You know, it's kind of like when they talk about limestone, so to speak, like this medium where it absorbs a lot of paranormal activity. So,
what do you believe? What do you think about that? Like actual, because I was looking into that, and I generally feel like maybe there's some truth to it, but to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that, but I mean, some people will say that if a building has limestone, it's going to be residual energy because
Yeah, yeah.
limestone will act like some kind of vinyl record. It'll record
It'll
all that
retain
energy
it.
and then it'll replay again.
Over
It's
again.
not an interactive kind of entity or spirit or something that's interacting with you live, but it's events that are replaying themselves. And sometimes the limestone is supposed to record that and absorb that kind of energy. Now, whether or not that's possible, I have a belief in it.
It has happened.
But I'd like
though.
to prove
It's been
it.
recorded. Though.
Yeah,
That's-
it's been recorded.
I believe so.
You
Yeah.
believe so? Okay, you have to show me that article then. You trying to make me look bad? I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. I'm just okay. So live and unedited again on Ghost. Okay, anyways. So we have Larry, evidence, condition. So we have Selena Miller. Glad you brought me on tonight. Interesting topic. Oh, this is, I guess, Rhiannon. Are you Selena's sister or related to Selena? Selena loved this theme for years. Always interesting. Selena's our biggest fan, so she's been following us for a long time. So Rihanna has, I love hearing what people have to say about my people. There's not many who have the gift and who believe. So I guess she says my people, probably psychics and mediums. Yeah.
Can we ask her again about the little boy?
This was actually Anna.
Oh.
Anna, if you're still on, did you still see that little boy beside Lawrence? I think Lawrence is getting a little paranoid right now.
I'm not. I'm just curious.
We'll see if she answers that. I don't see anything. Okay, so how come you're skeptical but hunt for ghosts? So this is a new. So so I'm sorry. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Niasha Miller. Okay, so I guess this is a question that would apply to all of us.
Yeah.
So she asks, how come you're skeptical but hunt for ghosts? Okay, so I'll answer first. As I said earlier, Dianasha, is that there's two sides. There's my common sense, my skeptical side that says, okay, I want facts. Okay, so I live in the physical world. I have to follow physics, and so stuff doesn't levitate. I mean, you have to follow the physics. So I'm kind of like in between. I always say that when I investigate, I can't mix my beliefs, religion, or whatever kind of path I follow with my paranormal investigation. So I have a belief, but I want to prove that what I believe in can be validated with some kind of evidence, either audio, video, or something like that. So it's validating what I believe in. So yes, I believe there's something, but in order to get actual facts and credible, I won't use that word because Dave Gibbs hates that word credible, and he'll find this funny anyways. I would say concrete evidence. Get some concrete evidence of the other side of what I believe in. It's validating what I believe in. Basically, that's the way I look at it. So, but in order to get like real concrete evidence, I have to be skeptical. I have to scrutinize all my evidence. I have to, just be very skeptical of it, because the more skeptical you are of it, the more you try to debunk, and then in the end, you may end up with something paranormal, something you can't explain. So basically, it's just looking for answers. So I can't rely on the religion and faith that I have. I have to rely on facts. So that's why I'm hunt ghosts, because I want to get facts, but I also believe in them because I have a certain belief system that says there is something after death.
100%.
More or less.
Literally that.
Yeah. What about you guys? Pretty much the same.
Literally.
So I answered the question
that.
for you. I answered the question for us. It's the same thing, same kind of idea. Yeah.
Because we still believe, like, we wouldn't be here if we did not believe that there's like entities, spirits, or something happening. However, if you're just following your beliefs by emotions, like letting your emotions lead, you're never going to get concrete evidence, because a lot of people do this on a yearly basis and don't get anything. So like, to have a scientific approach just means that you have higher chances of actually a better yield.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that answers your question, Dianasha, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly.
It's a nice name.
It's actually a very unique name, Dianasha. It's spelled Deneasha. Denisha. Denisha?
I believe it's Denisha.
Okay, so if it's Denisha, okay, so it's the French in me, the Dianasha. Sorry, it's the French in me. It's terrible. So yeah, probably Denisha. Okay, so that's okay. So Cheryl goes, good answer. Thank you, Cheryl. Bonus. Selena, what you cannot see makes it hard to believe, but trust me, they exist. Life after death. Selena, yeah, we all have a belief. I think that's the reason why we do this, but we want validation. And that's why we investigate it. Wow, a lot of questions. Oh my God, I've never had that many. Okay, so Rhiannon, man, you guys are popular.
That's all her.
That's like you're answering. You're answering the question.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, so Rhiannon Miller, they never said that they didn't believe. It's just they are talking about having mediums on the team and what they think about it. Well, again, it's that fine line. We do believe, but it's again, it all comes down to validation. You know, with mediums, it's validating their experiences, kind of like validating a piece of audio, a piece of video, validation, right? So we have to scrutinize our video, audio, whatever evidence we capture, and we have to scrutinize mediums as well.
100%.
100%. I mean,
because
it's
if we
like
don't,
anything
the
else.
people that consume whatever we put out, they will do it tenfolds.
Yeah.
So like you just got to make sure whatever you're putting out is genuine.
That's
the
a good
best way
point.
to do it.
Genuine. That's what we're looking for. So
Mhm.
something genuine. So here, wow, we got a lot of questions, a lot of guests. Holy mac. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Rihanna, we already got that one. Lawrence. What I'm saying is there are similar conditions between investigations. Is evidence the conditions assisting in contact? That was Larry. What I'm saying is there are similar conditions between investigations.
Mhm.
Is the evidence of conditions assisting in contact? So let's say similar conditions would that actually help recreate
Mm.
Reproduce.
certain things and have
Yeah.
the same kind of experience. I think that's what Larry means. So certain conditions
I
would
definitely
create
think-
the same kind of activity.
100%. And I think it's important to actually recreate it in different conditions to actually have
Compare.
a comparison.
A comparison between the both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
That's a good question.
So Rhiannon Miller says Selena Miller, someone once explained, like this is not about believing, it's about understanding. So I think that as a medium, people don't know what we feel, go through, etc., to communicate and bring a message in. And if they're not the person receiving the message from their loved ones, it's hard for them to believe. You know what? I kind of agree with Rhiannon. And I actually talked about what was I talking to? I was actually talking to Josee last night when I was actually talking about the show and how we're gonna.
Structure.
It's kind of like somebody having a paranormal experience. You don't believe in the paranormal, and like I told you guys, when I lived in this house, me and my wife had a candle holder. She had a candle holder fly across her head, and I'm talking like 10 feet away. Almost hit her in the head, bounced off the floor, hit the wall. That kind of twists a little bit. Okay, well, maybe there is something. When you have stuff like that happening to you, you become a believer, or at least you become curious about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think it's the same thing with people that are mediums or psychics. Once you start seeing these visions, and let's say you get validation in some kind of way, then you start believing in it. So I think that's what Rhiannon means. I'm assuming Rhiannon's also a medium. Is that you have to experience it to believe it, or to at least form some kind of belief in it.
To be honest, I don't believe in that. Like I feel like there are some people that have higher intuitions, and I don't think that you necessarily need to be medium to believe that others are mediums.
Yeah.
Because some people are genuinely like in life, they just like they can read your aura. I don't know how to explain it, but some
Yeah.
people are just like that.
Yeah.
And they have amazing intuition. But
That's Lorraine.
literally, yeah.
Lorraine.
And I don't know. I feel like being a medium definitely makes you unique as a person, but to
It's a gift.
like reproduce it in terms of a scientific approach
Mm.
for like masses, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
on paper.
Because really, what we do is pseudoscience, right?
Mhm.
Scientific, is it science? What we do is not science because it's not proven, right? But in this, something that I argued a lot with a lot of people is that it's not that we're scientific. It's not that we use a scientific method. It's the approach. It's that skepticism that we use. We're not scientists. We don't have PhDs in anything. But and I remember looking at the scientific approach, and I think I had a picture here somewhere on here, and it shows like a sequence of what the process is, right? When you actually try to investigate. I'm not even going to use the word
Hypothesis.
scientifically, but that approach is it's more that that general idea, that baseline of what you want to do, right? It's I think when we as investigators we use the scientific approach or the scientific method, whatever the hell you want to call it, I think it's more how we look at it. It's that skepticism. I think it has to do with that skepticism. That's what you have to have. Because science is skepticism. It's skepticism to 100%,
Yeah.
right? That's what it has to be.
Until proven otherwise.
Exactly. So I think that's like I said, we don't have scientific degrees, PhDs, but it's that idea of that approach that we have.
Yeah, we're taking like a real approach with real instruments, and
Yeah.
we're taking real circumstances and real environments that have a history.
Yeah.
And just based on that, the more you reproduce something, the
Yeah.
more results you're going to get.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time.
Hopefully, well, like I said, we captured some cool stuff.
G.H.O.S.T, when you
Jail
check it
Hostel's
out,
a big one.
YouTube.
Yeah, we got to
Like,
actually go back to the Ottawa Jail Hostel. And I think, yeah, you guys would like to. I actually approached the Ottawa Jail Hostel. They're not taking investigations right now, but I know that you guys would love to do that place because we've done it about 4 times, and it's we've had some very interesting captures there for sure. Okay, so let's see here. So Larry says, hold on, man, I'm really behind on these questions. Holy heck. We're busy today. Between investigations. So we answered Larry's questions and so explain like this. Okay, about believing. I've had so much luck during the day. So Larry says he hasn't had a lot of luck during the day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pollution though. Noise, sound.
Larry, your question, maybe like Mateo was saying, maybe like a lot of day investigations could have a lot of contaminations. That's my cat that just jumped into the room.
Cute.
My black cat. Where is he? That's probably
somewhere.
He's toxic. So yeah, I think maybe during the day that's the problem. I think it's a lot of contamination, and that's why I think a lot of teams do it at night. I'm assuming that's the reason I would say we do it at night because of that. And it's spooky. You like spooky. Okay, so Rihanna was saying daughter. I'm assuming her daughter's a medium. Okay. Oh, okay. Selena, sorry. Okay, so Rhiannon is your daughter. Okay, I thought maybe she was a cousin or how old's your daughter, Selena? Also, Denisha is actually her daughter. So this the Selena's daughters. Oh, okay, so they're both on. Wow, Selena, you have yourself and your daughters looking at the Ghost Talks tonight. Perfect. Thank you for tuning in.
#1 fan. We should get him a shirt.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to send you something, Selena. Maybe I have a couple of things that I'll send you. So we'll have to connect, and I'll send you some ghost stuff. Well, that's Cash. Hey, Cash. So I got my cats all over the place now. No holes barred. So we have something I've never shared, Dan. All this time, my girls are mediums as I am, all in different ways. Something that was a secret. There we go. So thanks for sharing that with us, Selena. It takes a lot of courage to actually come forward with that. So Selena says that this is the kind of stuff that her daughters have been experiencing.
Yeah.
And so she has as well. And I think the goal of this show is to open up that door to people that
100%.
believe they have that gift. I'm still a skeptic,
but it's good. It's good to explore, though. It's good to explore because
that's the whole point of these shows. Is I just want to put stuff out there. Okay, whether people believe in it or not. I mean, everybody's gonna have differences of opinion. Yeah. It's more. Let's put it out there and let's see if we can work with it. Let's not bash it and say no, it doesn't exist. It's this and that. Let's explore it.
Yeah.
And let's validate it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's validate. Can we find a way to validate these people's experiences and actually capture it on some kind of audio, video, or something like that, and actually validate? Okay, you know what? You said this, and we actually captured something. I think this is what we're looking at.
I like it.
All right. So we've been on for over an hour almost now.
Cash money.
Cash man. Okay, let me see here. Okay, Selena, thanks again for sharing that. That's really cool. So Larry has another. What is your opinion on combining historical research with your investigations? Softball question.
Ooh.
Historical research with the investigations. So if we do a historical research on a specific location, combining that with the investigation, like is this something we should believe in the history of a place?
Yes. What? That's like the baseline. That's the reason why we do investigations. That's most of the reasons why I watch the videos I do, based on people's like analysis of where they're going or where they're at and what they're investigating. Because if you're just investigating a place because it's haunted or spooky, based on
That
what
doesn't-
others have said. It means
Yeah.
nothing. You need to
So you need the
understand
history,
story.
right? It's not just the
course,
fact
yeah.
if somebody said, well, it's spooky, it's haunted, go see it. It's
Mhm.
more, let's see what the historical facts are
Yeah.
and find out if there's any reason to investigate a certain location. Because you just can't go out to investigate for the sake of
No, absolutely
investigating.
not.
You want to go to a location where there's reported accounts, right?
And you have to
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
what you're investigating too. You
Yeah,
can't just
exactly.
be like investigating the dark.
Exactly. The weird thing is, I know Mark is Cheryl's husband, part of the Night Watchman investigative team. Mark prefers to not know the history.
Why?
I mean, I could
Okay, but
see
he's got a
that.
good point.
I could see
He's
that.
got a
because
good point.
Why?
Because if you know the history,
Then there's
you
that.
may manifest it in
Yeah.
your mind and actually
That's true,
experience
that's true,
something.
that's
So
true,
what
that's true.
Mark likes to do, he doesn't research a place at all. He knows that people said there's been stuff. He doesn't want to know anything. People said there's something going on there. So he goes,
Mhm.
and let's say if he captures an EVP and it says the voice Mateo,
Mhm.
he'll go back and look at the research to see if there is a Mateo associated with that location.
And then
And that
the
gives him
links
that
make more
links it.
sense.
So I guess what Mark is saying is he's not clouded with that whole
Mhm.
history
Yeah.
and predisposed.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
but I think both.
That makes
I get
sense.
that. I get
But I
that.
think
Yeah.
both sides are valid.
Yeah.
You have to know the history to know what's going on and to
Mhm.
say, should we not investigate? But Mark has a point saying, I'd rather not know anything. And then if I find something, then I correlate that with the history after
Yeah.
the fact. So I think both approaches are really good.
No, I personally, I rather have the history and know what I'm stepping into.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about mediums, if a medium has no idea where she's going, what
Mhm.
she's going to be looking at, when she actually describes what she's looking at, it makes it so much more real and the links make
Yeah.
more sense
Yeah.
when it comes naturally from
Yeah.
not knowing.
Yeah, they don't know
But-
where they're going, so they can't research it like
Mhm.
Yeah.
beforehand. They just get there.
Yeah. So they can't know at all.
Exactly.
they
So
can't know.
Now that would be validation.
and that's
Because if you tell a medium, okay, we're going to this location, there's so much information on the
Oh, yeah.
internet that they can research. And I think this is where the charlatans come up.
Yeah.
The ones that will just do research on the internet
Mhm.
and actually just come out and say, well, I saw this, I felt this, I
Yeah.
felt that, and everything else. So it's just, well, it's just because you saw it on the internet. But if you don't tell them, okay, listen, we have an investigation coming up. We're going to a location, we're not telling you, and then we're going to bring you there after.
Yeah.
Once you arrive there, I'd even blindfold them.
that would be so sick.
You know, but that's again that controlled environment, right? Let's see, okay,
Yeah.
if we're gonna test the medium on an investigation, let's see, okay, blindfold, you know where we're going, you know where we're driving, you can't do any kind of research on it, and
Yeah.
let's see what they come up with after.
Mhm.
Again, that's that
No, but
controlled
honestly,
environment.
like if something like that, a lot of people would still be skeptic.
Yeah.
But at least you would.
Oh, there's
have
always
going
gonna
to
be-
validation.
Yeah,
you
there's
would
always
have-
going to be some
yeah.
skepticism,
It's not that
skepticism
validation,
all
but
the
you
time.
still can't prove.
You still can't prove.
You still can't prove there.
There's got to be a way though.
I'm sure.
There's got to be a way.
Yeah.
So we got some more stuff going on here. Man, we busy
Why do you
tonight.
always love you more?
She also said there was a lady watching inside the house. Okay, so okay, the boy is there. She said, okay, that's okay. Whoa,
The boy is there.
yes, we are, but we're coming off soon there. She's okay. So
You got an attachment.
Anna also said there was a lady watching inside the house from the kitchen. Yeah, Nancy, that's my wife. She's in the kitchen. Maybe, I don't know, but that's my wife. Is
She
it?
heard a voice.
I never shared that. Okay, so, geez, if I missed any questions, I apologize. I'm just trying to go through this
I'm
list here.
sorry.
Oh, there's
So
more.
cute.
Hold on. There's more stuff. Okay. 21. Okay, so wow. So Selena's daughters are 21 and 18.
Oh, your
One of them
age.
is your age. One of them is at Lawrence's age.
20.
Larry agrees. Okay, that's great. That's working on his up front is important, but researching the evidence afterward is vital.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doing the history first, but researching the evidence after the fact is a vital key.
Yeah, that is the most
Even if
important
you do
part.
it
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
doing it afterwards.
Afterwards,
to match
yeah, to match it all up. Yeah, I think Larry's got a very good point there. Okay, so that's not knowing history up front. Okay, so Rhiannon, that's smart for a medium on a investigation. I believe that would be the way to do it because you're right. That would be validation if we
Mhm.
don't tell her, don't
Not
tell the
knowing
medium,
where
not
you're
knowing where
going?
you're going. Yeah,
It makes so much more sense.
I think so. Yeah, but I think I've catch up to. Oh my God, no, there's more. Oh God, you guys are really interactive tonight, aren't you? I'm trying to keep up with it. Okay, that's smart again. I agree. Validation is beautiful when you have no clue for real. Jose agrees. Jose is the one who I was supposed to have on tonight. So Jose, the one who was supposed to go on tonight, she agrees totally that in order to validate the experience of a medium, you can't tell them anything about the location you're going to.
But like, just based on the mediums that are in the chat right now, they're saying that they agree with this.
Yeah, they agree with that. Yeah, I think, yeah.
I'm sure they've lived it so many times over and over where people are skeptic and they're just saying you're crazy, or you think you're seeing something but you're really not.
Yeah.
And you can't neglect or take that away from them. You can't say that they haven't. Like seeing a little boy right beside her, you can't say there's no little boy because we don't know. But at the same time,
we can't prove it. Then that's the thing is, it's like a lot of the time we want to prove that what they're saying is real, but we also can't disprove it. So we can't say, well, no, you're not seeing this, but then they can turn around and then prove it that I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
So it's kind of like a fine line. It's
that's too deep.
I
like that's my
head. Dude, I'm messing with your mind tonight,
just a little, a little.
So, but it's true. Either you can't prove it, you can't disprove it. So you're kind of caught in between.
Yeah.
So there's got to be somewhere where it's gonna it's gonna tilt one side, and we're gonna find the truth.
But that's where like that method of blindfolding, not knowing, having controlled environments. Yeah. And as much as we're not scientists, we're still scientists because this is experiments at the end of the day.
We're doing an experiment. We're experimenting. Yeah. So you're getting old, Danny.
No, he's not. He's still
Laurence. Okay, Larry. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Al. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, Larry. Al. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to say it. Sorry, Larry. I'll tell you guys after what the joke is. And Larry goes, no, I don't look like him. So, anyways, Larry, I will tell my members what the person you look like. We had a conversation on video chat about that one, and I think Spanky agreed with me. So, anyways, say hi to Spanky for me, by the way. Nah, he's laughing. He's got the big laughy face. You know exactly who I'm talking about, Larry, right? A TV show, yeah, you know. Okay, but I won't say it here. Can I say it, Larry? Can I say what I think? What you do though? You do look like him. So, can I say it? Larry goes, "I'm gonna get you for this." Okay, fine. Larry, if you're gonna threaten me, Larry actually looks like Al Bundy from Married with Children. Is it Al Bundy? Married with Children? Oh, you guys, you're too young. That's a show. That's a show before you guys were even born.
I was hoping you'd be off there.
Anyways, the husband in Married with Children. I think it's Al Bundy. Yeah, I think it is Al Bundy. So say it or I will. No. Okay. Well, okay. No. Larry goes, no. Okay. So yeah, Larry. He's a tall guy. Larry's actually detective in Florida. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So, Larry, are you actually retired now? Are you still working with the police force? I see you are getting old, Larry. That's what he says. He's just taking stabs at me right now. Denisha, I hear, but I don't sit around and acknowledge it. Even in my workplace, I see and hear things.
That's true.
Well, Denisha, I mean, if you have intuition and you see stuff, I mean, just follow it. And like I said, I'm a skeptic, but I mean, I'm not saying that people don't have that ability, right? Some people probably do. Unfortunately, there's a lot of charlatans out there that give the real ones maybe a bad name.
Well, just go on TikTok; they're everywhere.
Oh my
God. They're all over the place. Yeah, it's like a dime a dozen. Yeah. Sherry is part of my team. Who's Sherry again, Larry? Oh, Sherry Cox. There we go. Sherry. That's what she said. Sherry, say it or I will, because Sherry knows you look like Al Bundy from Married with Children. That's why she says, say it or I will. And he's going, no. Okay. No, I'm not retired. Okay, so you're still with the police force, Larry, then? You're still working in Florida, Miami. Are you in Miami? Which part of Florida are you, Larry? Actually, I told Larry I'm going to move in with him next winter. I'll get away from this place. I can't stand winter. I'm not a snow person.
Same.
I'm not a snow. You don't like snow either?
I'm anemic. I'm freezing always.
Oh yeah. Well, it's cold in this room.
No. Like even when it's warm, I'm still cold.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. Well, because of blood. It's a blood thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, he says yes. Nope. Oh, and he says yes, he is retired. Sorry, I misread. I'm retired. I read the comments. Old man. Uh, so because I love Al Bundy. There, Larry, you got a fan. Selena says she loves Al Bundy.
Who is that?
So, Selena, if you want to see Larry, Larry was one of my first guests when I started Ghost Talks and I started doing these interviews. Check our YouTube channel. You'll see Larry from the Federal Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. Florida, not federal. Florida, Florida Bureau. The
FBI.
Florida Bureau of Paranormal Investigations. So check it out on YouTube. I did an interview with Larry a while back, and you'll see he looks like Al Bundy. These guys are making fun of me on the right side.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're just FBI. You know, FBP.
Oh my god.
Okay. He's in the Treasure Coast in Florida. I don't know what that is, but West Palm Beach. That's where he is.
Ooh, that
So
sounds nice.
he's not retired. He's still with the police force right now.
Okay.
He was a detective.
Day jobs.
Yeah. So I think Larry put a lot of his skills as a detective
Mhm.
into doing paranormal
It
research.
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You're exposed to a lot.
Yeah, Larry's a very
By the books.
by the book kind of guy. Like he's likes to gather evidence. It's all about the evidence, preservation of evidence, and actually comparison with other pieces of evidence. Yeah, yeah, very good. We'll be doing the joint investigation with him soon, top secret. So
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Hold on, I gotta post my banner here. For more show, subscribe to our channel and put on the bottom. There we go.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions here. All right, one more comment. Let's see. Marilyn Erling says he is retired. Oh shit. Yeah, he's retired. What am I saying? Oh man, I'm really kind of maybe it's that little boy in the corner of his eye. I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. He is retired. Oh my god, I'm having a hard time tonight, man. Okay. So Larry is retired. I'm sorry. I kind of misread again. I am. He said capital. I am retired. I was just messing with you, Larry. I knew you were retired. I'm just saying you're still working, but that's fine. I'm just teasing. So yeah, Larry's retired, but now he does ghost hunting or paranormal research.
It's a good transition.
They're just laughing at me. Go ahead, laugh at my expense.
It's called love.
So Josee still on. Says thank you, everyone. It was a great show. Welcome to Dan team. Thanks, Josee.
Thank you, Jose.
Selena goes over this winter. Denisha says it is a little creepy. Yes, sometimes I see people. I don't know. Well, just follow your intuition, Denisha. Right? Just follow it. Right?
Intuition.
Yeah, just follow it and see what happens.
Good idea.
You are old. Yes, I am old, Larry. I've had a hard week, so yeah. So Larry is retired. Let's get that straight.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. So
Can't call him
All
for
right.
murder.
Oh, Selena says she actually watched the show with Larry, so that's fun. So yes, Larry is retired. I'm gonna say that again, so we get that thing straight. Messed up a couple of times, just saying he's not retired. He's retired. He's not retired. He's retired. Anyways, Sherry Cox, happy to be watching for the first time. Only Larry talks about you a lot. I know Larry. I've known Larry for a long time. I first met Larry. Larry had a podcast on YouTube called Paranormal Stakeout, and this was through the X Zone Radio Network. I also did an interview there, and then Larry wanted me to interview on his show Paranormal Stakeout, and then we kind of clicked because we had the same kind of belief, same kind of approach to the paranormal, and we connected. We kept talking, and I had him on my show, and so on and so on. I'd say at least Larry, I guess 3 years now. At least 3 years.
Since the pandemic, basically, little.
Oh, I actually then no, it was before that. Then
Okay.
it was way before. So how long have we been talking, Larry? It was a great show. Looking forward to our teams working together. Paranormal unity, the key. There you go. Unlocking the answers. That's what Larry said. So, Larry, how long have we known each other? Mateo says too long. It's been a while. I think it was on Paranormal Stakeout the first time I met Larry. Yeah, Larry says about 4 or 5 years, and so I was wrong again. So it's been a while. So me and Larry have talked about doing a lot of stuff together, and I'm hoping that we can travel to Florida and actually go do
please,
stuff.
please,
Actually,
Larry.
Larry also does Indian River haunting. So he does like a tour thing and does public investigations. It'd be great if we can fly out there and just do some stuff with him in Florida, where it's nice, preferably in the winter. It's nice and warm.
I mean,
over there,
summer too.
not
It
here.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I prefer,
Florida's
I
Florida.
prefer to go in the winter when it's cold here.
Yeah, but like summer's not that great here either too. Well,
It's humid, but Larry says
Yeah.
it's very humid there too in the summer.
Oh, it is, it is.
Extremely humid.
It is.
Humid in
but
Florida.
it's beautiful. The Keys,
The
everything.
heat, and it's
The
like
Mexican food. Oh.
yeah. Larry was teasing me the other day when his coat was what minus 20 something here. And he said, "It's 80 degrees out here in Florida." I said, "Like, buzz off." Yeah.
Oh, the food. Mexican
Larry says,
food.
"Mateo, you're smart, man."
I've been to Miami. It's pretty
Bingo,
awesome.
yes. Always love. Selena loves our show, loves our team. My door's always open to you, buddy. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to actually meeting in person. Really, I really am. I want to meet you in person. I want to meet your team. I want to do some stuff with you. And I'm really looking forward to it as well. And I think Mateo and Laurence as well would love to do some stuff with your team in Florida. Okay, so that takes care of the questions. We've been on for about an hour now, which is the average length of the show, and I've never seen so many comments in one show. So I'd like to thank everybody that actually tuned into the show tonight. Larry, Cheryl, Nancy. Let me get on the list here. Who was on here? Let's see. I will. So we had Larry, Cheryl,
Denisha.
Selena, Josee. Who else was on tonight? We had Rhiannon, Anna. Who else was? Is that the cat? Oh, yeah,
So
she's
cute.
So we had a bunch of people. So I appreciate all you guys for tuning in tonight to the Ghost Talk. So unfortunately, I could not have Josee Anne Seguin Longchamps on. We had some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if it was on our end or her end, but we will rebook a new date with Josee, and we will have her on the show eventually in the next, or hopefully in the next month or so, maybe less, maybe a couple of weeks.
So
Now, I also have another show that's going to be coming up. I will be posting this on our Ghost Talks show or a Ghost page. I have Wes Coleman from the Correctional Officers Paranormal Society coming in on April 16th for an interview on Ghost Talks. So keep checking our page for updates on that show, which will be coming up on April 16th. So, guys, do you have anything to add?
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. It's on the bottom. It's scrolling. Like
Hit
and
the
subscribe.
notifications.
Notification.
What else? What else? What
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
Is that everything?
Uh,
Leave a comment. What was your favorite part about this whole interview? That's kind of improvised, but
Yeah.
also
It was
I mean-
very improvised, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
yeah.
went well, anyways. Yeah, you guys did well for the first time.
I was all.
There you
you talk.
go. Denisha, also, yes, you are saying my name right. Okay, so it's Denisha.
Denisha,
Guys,
we
black
love
hair.
you.
So, the guy with the black hair was right. I have black hair too.
10 years ago. Sorry, I can't.
I have black hair. It's got a bit of gray.
That
so-
was like
okay,
an alley.
okay. So you're talking about that guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy.
that guy.
In the corner.
He's on that side. Sorry. On my screen, it looks like it's that side.
Guy up there.
Okay, so my favorite part was Dan's memory. Yeah, I know, Larry. We'll talk about that later. I know. I totally messed up. I don't know why I still thought you were retired. I don't get that. Been a super great night. Thank you. Nice meeting you guys. Welcome, Selena. Thanks again for tuning in. All right, so we're gonna log off now, guys. So happy you were here today like that. That was a good improvisation. The
Worked
fact
out.
that I couldn't get Josee on, you guys came in to learn a bit about the equipment we have and kind of get yourself kind of up to speed with what's going on. And it was a good thing you were here because now we did a show together, and it was a perfectly improvised show considering we had those technical difficulties. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. To everybody who did tune in, thanks, Larry. I hope to see you shortly. Cheryl, please say hello to Mark for me. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Selena, you're an amazing fan. Thanks for your support, and everybody else that actually tuned in tonight. I just love the support and the love that you guys give us all the time, and that you tune into these to my shows every well, not every Saturday, but the occasional Saturdays here and there. My shows now are probably going to be on Fridays instead of Saturdays. This is something that I'm probably going to change. If you guys prefer Saturday, let us know on our Facebook page. But these shows are probably going to be on Fridays instead. Okay, guys. Thanks again, guys, for being
Anytime.
here.
Pleasure.
Say bye to Lawrence and Mateo. And our next show is going to be, I'm just going to get my banner ready because I always yeah, there we go. I got to go. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, thanks for being here. And next show will be on April 16th, unless I squeeze Josee in before that. Have a great evening and have a good weekend. Good night, guys. Take care.